obviously it's been pretty amazing recovery for you over the last few weeks, and up and about walking after what you've been through. But if you just want to sort of go through first of all what actually happened on that day then.
Well, I was climbing in Birchen Edge in Staffordshire.
Yeah.
Was doing the last route, and I think it was on an overhang. I was told that I slipped and fell off, and that's where I fell all the way to the floor. So that took it was just under 50 feet.
50 feet.
Yeah.
And you fell straight onto your head, did you? As far
yes,
as
back of my head, which caused the most damage. Yeah, completely fractured from like the middle of my head right the way back.
I don't know if you've seen the photos that the mountain rescue team put out. It was quite a dramatic scene. There's sort of 24
I've been
guys
told
there.
I was told that at first there was the person I was climbing with, and then 4 other people came over, and supposedly I tried walking away, but fell over unconscious until they started touching me, and I didn't take it very well, so they had to pin me down, and I fell unconscious again until mountain rescue came.
Right.
There was air ambulance, mountain rescue, I think maybe someone else, and 24 of them then went to grab me until I kind of woke back up and wasn't happy, and they put me into an induced coma and put me into the helicopter which sent me to Nottingham.
Now, I think what your brother Fergus was telling me at the time was that that was seen as quite a good sign that, you know, that even though it was quite horrible to think back to, that you were sort of jumping up and back again, but that showed that obviously there was no paralysis or anything, I guess, initially. I mean, looking back now though, I mean, do you sort of credit the work that was done there with really helping to save your life? Because
yeah, well, you have to in such a situation after what I've been told happened and what could have happened, the worst that could have happened. It's really easy to thank the mountain rescue and so on. And quite a few of my friends from work are doing a big marathon thing to raise money for them.
Yeah,
so
fantastic. I mean, there can't be that many people who go through what you've been through who survive at all, or at least recover so quickly.
Yeah.
So it must almost seem completely surreal for you.
It is a bit weird. I mean, I've, to be honest, I think I've been a bit too laid back about it.
Yeah.
It's weird to think like up until when my dad said, "Oh, you had 48 hours left to live," and he came down just to see what was going on.
Yeah.
And when I did wake up and just started being myself, it's been a bit strange just to try and think, and then being told I won't remember it.
Yeah.
It kind of, I think, changes my whole opinion on it as well.
So I think you were just saying before that there's a 2-week block that you've got as pretty much a permanent gap in your memory from before the accident until you came out of the coma.
Yeah, the day of the accident and then the coma, or just after the coma, 2.5 weeks. The doctor said I'll never remember.
And he said at that time to your family that you possibly would only have 48 hours.
Yeah, when I first got to the hospital, the doctors assumed that because I'd fractured my brain so badly and done damage to my neck and back, that they had less than 48 hours left to live. But then I woke up and caused a bit of trouble.
Fantastic. Just talk about your injuries then. So there was a fracture in your skull, you say. It was sort of from about halfway up to the back of your neck,
well, I shattered my skull. It was from about the middle of the head right the way back to the neck. Which shattered. It looked like an eggshell, I was told, once you hit it.
Yeah.
And then I was told I had 6 fractures in my neck, which were hairline fractures.
Yeah.
And then 4 fractures in my back. But where I'd landed, I think I'd ripped a muscle on my shoulder. So that's been the most painful for me.
Yeah.
From what I remember anyway.
So never mind all the fractures and stuff, it's the ripped muscle.
Yeah, well, they said when I kind of woke up, I'd healed up fairly quickly, so they were doing well anyway.
Fantastic. I mean, can you imagine getting to a point where you'd want to go back up on climbing, or is that something that's maybe...
I went climbing last week.
Oh, right.
But just to test it out, because I know climbing was my hobby. It was what I did.
Yeah.
I did it at work, but I did it as a hobby. And it's what I always did. It kept me calm, and it was something I could do just to chill out. And but I'm not strong enough to climb as well as I used to. But as soon as I'm back to fairly normal, I'm going to go straight back to Birch Edge and do that climb.
So go and sort of conquer what you sort of
doing
anyway.
Redo it, because I think that, I mean, one of the things that did bother me was if I would be able to climb again, because I know that if I didn't ever go back there, I'd always have a problem with climbing.
Yeah.
And if I do it, I know then that I'll be okay with it, or I won't be okay with it, and that'll tell me.
It'd be a sort of test for you, wasn't it, really, to sort of decide if.
Well, it was a test when I went. I climbed up in Preston an indoor wall, and that was the first test for me, just to see if I'd be able to even get onto a wall. Which.
How was it? Quite happy with how that went then?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to start climbing a lot more again.
Fantastic. What did your family think of when you were saying you wanted to get straight back up on that wall then?
My dad wasn't bothered. That's what he does. My mum, I think, just kind of accepted it. I think she knows that I would have done it anyway. So I think my grandparents weren't happy when I said, "Oh, I'm going climbing." They're like, "No, you're not." But I think they were glad I did.
Yeah.
And it was something I needed to do, and there was no chance I wasn't going to do it. So.
Fantastic. Obviously, you've probably been made aware of the amount of people that were following your progress. I mean, it was amazing the amount of people following that Pray for Jonjo site on Facebook and
messages.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's been insane. I've had people from Costa Rica send me messages, and from Spain and all over the place. I was very shocked.
Well, it's quite there's quite a community there, isn't there? I mean, it's sort of through the faith as well.
Yeah.
And obviously a huge amount of people praying for you and supporting you. And do you sort of feel that maybe that's helped help with your recovery? Really?
To be honest, I'm not too sure. Since the accident, I've not really thought about religion and that sort of thing too much. But I know my brother's very into his because that's what he does his work and stuff. So I'm not gonna be the one to disagree, because how well I've done, it can't just be me being stubborn all the time. But
I mean, even if it is a case of just having that support as a sort of support network, it's a fantastic thing, isn't it? Really,
it is. I've had so many people just send me messages saying, "Oh, I hope you're okay." And it's just nice to know that there's people there for me if I'm, having a bad time. And it has been quite annoying having to stay inside all day when beforehand I was outside every day. It's a whole cabin fever sort of thing.
Yeah. Fantastic. But sort of on the road to recovery now, and if we just talk about what you're up to senses wise, so there's problems with all 5 senses, hasn't there, really, since then?
Apart from touching, or from touch, everything else has been a bit of a pain. I'm completely deaf in my right ear now. That's never going to come back. My taste and smell are gone at the moment, and the doctor said that there is a small chance that if it comes back by the end of the year, a little bit, I'll be lucky, and I should be happy about that. If it doesn't come back by the end of the year, the chances are it won't come back at all. And then with my eyes, we think that the muscles of the eyes are not working as well, because if I have both eyes open at the same time, or trying to look out without the eye patch, everything becomes double vision, and then it starts to blur and makes my head ache. So we're not too sure what's going to happen with that just yet, but they're pretty confident that'll come back. It's not a sight problem.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Before the accident, I was 12.5 stone. When I first got weighed in the hospital, I was 9 stone 2.
Wow. So
I pretty much lost all the muscle I had, and any sort of weight I had at all. So that's the other thing which has been quite hard to get back into, getting back into sort of the weight of things.
So was that a case of that you didn't have much appetite, or that you were on like a sort of a liquid diet for a while, or?
I think it was a bit of both, because I wasn't eating much in hospital, and because my job is outdoors and I'm always working, I'm always exercising. I used to climb every day.
Yeah.
I think the muscles soon realised that I wasn't doing anything and just atrophied.
Yeah.
But yeah, just lost muscle by not doing anything, just being in a bed for 24 hours a day, pretty much.
Yeah. And how long was that for? Did you say about 2.5 weeks? Was it?
I was in a coma for 2.5 weeks. In the third week, I was in and out of consciousness, and then I got moved to a third ward, which was neuroscience, where I still wasn't doing a lot, but I was walking more. So that was good anyway for me.
And then in total, how long were you in hospital for before you were sort of discharged?
5 weeks.
Yeah.
It was 2 days before the 6-week mark.
It was quite a quick turnaround, wasn't it? Because as I understand, there was a period where we were trying to get a more local hospital for you.
Yeah, they expected me to be in the hospital for a minimum of 10 weeks, I think. So being out I got completely discharged at the end of the 5th week.
Yeah. So
they were just genuinely quite surprised about that. The doctors came in and said, we're going to have a meeting, we're probably going to send you home today. And that was a surprise for me. Yeah. Text me dad saying, I might be allowed to leave today. And he was like, do I have to come get you? But yeah, it all happened quite quickly, because they just said, compared to other people on the ward, and from what I could see, because I used to walk to the shower every morning, people were doing a lot worse than I am, or I was even. And they said I was too healthy to be an inpatient. They said, because they were going to sort of maybe an outpatient at the moment. I've been having tests and seeing doctors, but that.
Did you sort of think of the fact that obviously your job and you're a very outdoors person, that all contributed to speedy recovery, really?
I think they said that, yeah, because I was outdoors eating, I was quite young and fit, that it kind of helped anyway, and I think they said my metabolism and just I was generally quite quick at healing. Was a good help, or great help even, as being shown.
Fantastic. And just sort of finding it, does it sort of feel quite miraculous in a way, really, what's happened? Because from going from that being told 48 hours possibly to live, to being up and about and climbing again within the space of about 2 months?
Not even that. In 2 months.
About 2 months?
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it is astounding. It's hard for me to come to terms with it, but at the same time, I'm still being a bit stubborn. Like, I'm still wanting to try and do stuff, but I know I've got to keep myself relaxed and not do much. Yeah. I've got to find that middle point. And a lot of people have been really helpful. When I've started, I want to do this. I'll just wait. Well, you can do this, and it's been good. Yeah.
I'm really pleased with the sort of care you've received from in every aspect as well.
Nottingham Hospital was absolutely great. When they used to come in and just sit and chat. And in ICU, I had to have someone with me for every hour. Someone had to sit with me for 12 hours, and then they'd swap over, and they were really nice. Quite a few, loads of them. When I was leaving, all came and sent an email to the person in the 3rd ward, just saying, how's he doing? Tell him to come see us before he goes, and they all kept asking about me, and it was just really nice. And when I left, they were all like, give us a big hug, and it was just really nice about it. And I think that helped quite a lot for me as well, to have people who were positive, and just really nice to speak to.
Great stuff. It's been really good talking to you, Jonjo. Amazing story, and please let us know how you're getting on, and obviously when you go back to Birch, it's brilliant to follow it up. So congratulations, mate.
Cheers.
All the best.